Oh, I really hope this is right. Oh, sorry, Zoe. Sorry, Zoe. All right, guys. Hello. Hello, ladies and lads. I apologize for the delay. Apparently, you can't say hose in your stream title, like the word hose, HOES. And I didn't know that, so I was like, oh, like my phone's having a connection error. So then I used my other phone, which is not charged. I had like get that set up, and then I tried to type it in, and it didn't work again. I was like, oh my gosh, it must be Twitch. And then of course I actually read what it says because I'm a dude, and it was like you can't, your language or whatever. So then I tried to spell hose with a 3, and that didn't work. It denied me the ability to type it with a 3 instead of an E, so that's why it says house. But yeah, basically this is Body Things Thursday, and on Thursdays I like to do something for the body that's not as rigid, that's not as set in stone, like stretching on Sundays and mobility on Mondays. Thursdays could be pretty much anything, whatever I'm feeling or whatever somebody requests, whatever the occasion might be, whatever. So I've done random things. I've done just like mobility practice. I've done trying to learn how to shuffle, a little bit of like calisthenics. Just depends, how I'm feeling. And today I'm kind of feeling a yoga flow, like an organic yoga flow. And so what I mean by that is I always talk about having like a sequence of things and how things are like flowing together, and like you're not just like rushing from one thing to the next, or like hopping from up to down very quick and then back up again. Like you kind of just like going in a natural motion. That isn't frightening, right? Something drops really fast, you're usually like, what the hell, right? So same thing with the flow of your exercises, especially with yoga, because I'm a vinyasa person myself. I think I told y'all I'm a certified yoga instructor, but I don't like to claim it because I don't feel like if I were to teach a class that was specifically yoga, yeah, I don't know. I just feel like it would be a different kind of class for sure. Yeah, so basically what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be building a flow that's completely organic. There's nothing going to be rehearsed. I might not even be doing actual yoga poses, and by that I mean like there are traditional yoga poses that are, well known. There's charts, all this information, because you want to also make sure your body is safe and that you know how to get into it and out of it safely. But there are also motions or movements that aren't technically considered yoga poses. So different things like, let me think. Actually, don't even think this is a yoga pose. I could be wrong. No, I think it is. It's a Buddhist pose. It might be. But, maybe something like this, where you're like moving your legs. Like, I'm not saying I'm gonna be doing that, but something like that would not be in the flow of yoga, or even just repetition for a lot of times. Like usually in yoga, you'll do something once and then you'll do it on the other side and then you're done, or you'll do something over and over again, like a cycle of like 3 or 4. But in this case, when I do flow, it's going to be whatever comes naturally. And also, because I'm going to have music on, which I should start setting up right now. I'm going to have music on, and so I also tend to match the music. Like if the music is like going really fast, then my body tends to like want to do some movements a little quicker. If not that, oops, damn, I messed up. But yeah, if not, listening to something that's going to be a little more upbeat could cause me to have like quicker flow. But I kind of want to keep it mellow, I'm not gonna lie. The weather right now is like very overcast. It's not raining, but the sky is completely gray where I am. So hopefully the lighting's okay. I think it's okay. It looks like it's fine. I do have the whole light on. Yeah. I need to turn this down. Yeah, also I've been feeling like very I don't know what the right word for it is. there's certain things that I don't like to say, and I feel like in this particular situation, a low tempo something is going to help my nervous system to calm down, and that's actually phrasing, because you have to be proactive, right? You don't want to wait for something to happen in order to deal with the consequences of it, right? You can feel something popping up, even if it's not a problem, you think it might be a problem, just do something to prevent it anyway, right? Like, you're gonna have to go on a road trip and you don't have to pee, but you're like, I might have to pee, so I'm gonna try and pee because it's gonna be a thing, right? That's kind of how I feel right now, and I hope that you recognize what that means in your own life, because I think it's a hard thing to like kind of pick up on. You have to, like, again, it's like being proactive. You have to think to yourself, like, 11:11 on the clock, yo. You have to think to yourself, like, is this something that in the future will be needed, that if I do it, I mean, and it gets confusing. It's like, if I do it now, will it have a relieving, like, will you feel better about having done it in the future, even if you don't need it? Will you be like, oh man, I shouldn't have done that. I could have spent my time doing something else. And usually it's something very simple, like doing yoga for an hour instead of, whatever. So that's what I'm going to do. And I think that's the thing to learn about today, the body thing, is be proactive in what your body is saying. If you have something that you're like anticipating, or maybe you're nervous about, maybe it's like like a job, or maybe you're moving, or anything like that, I feel like you should definitely consider what would happen at the worst situation and do something early to make that situation better. Because if that bad thing doesn't happen, it's not going to hurt you to have done this thing, but if that bad thing does happen, having done this thing is going to make, even if you don't think it's going to be a big deal, it really helps, because it makes you feel like I was somewhat prepared for this, rather than like everything going wrong and then also having to be like, damn, I should have did this, right? I'm sure you've experienced that, where you're like, I knew I should have did this thing. Like, that is something that your body is saying to you that's not physical. And it's metaphysical, which is another way to describe the things that we can feel that we can't explain. We all have a general knowing of certain things. Like, we all know what anger feels like, but we can't really describe it, right? We all have our own perception of it, and we'll never know what anger feels like in someone else's body, someone else's mind, right? So I don't even know why I'm saying that. I'm on a tangent. I'm gonna put the music on and do some yoga. And I don't like this song, so I'm just switch it. Let's see here. Nostalgic beats from the 80s and 90s. I think I'll get in trouble for playing that. No TOS for lo-fi. It says summer chill. I'm not really feeling like summery today. It's just very much cloudy outside. Okay, try this one. Okay. I'm sure you can see some of it. It's like a AI view of a city. Panoramic wall windows. No trees! Okay. gosh, my head was so close to that, I didn't even notice. Vibey. That felt really good. I have no idea what I was doing. That's kind of like a beach sit with my knees tucked behind. I'm like rotating my shoulders out and like tucking my head in. It feels so good. My neck is like crunchy when I do that. It feels like it's reversing whatever's going on back here. Tucking my tailbone in. Tucking the tailbone in. Just stretching out my shoulders when I do this. Okay, now I'm actually down. depending on where you put your hands, you'll feel a slightly different stretch throughout your spine or your neck. So if you have it down here, you'll feel it in your lower back, here, more in your thoracic. You know, you get it. You get it. Oh. I'm still just doing arms and shoulders right now. So if you're wondering what you should be focusing on, that's what I'm focusing on. Sometimes you can give your attention to everything, and sometimes it's good to focus on a specific area and just kind of tap into that. No, my shoulders still feel really tight. Okay, I'm gonna roll over.
At QFC Pharmacy, our vaccine experts provide HPV, hepatitis, Tdap, and more vaccines. Say hello to Sara Lee Half Loaves.
Sara Lee.
Light fit, realize great size, less waste, all taste, more flavors to savor. First bite,
Walking ass.
new, all you. Give a little Sara Lee love.
So, it's gonna be commercials for 20 years. Alright, well, as you can see, I tried to stretch my shoulders out a lot, but I kind of ran out of ideas. I might come up with some more, but for now, I'm gonna move into, I guess I'm gonna do spine since I'm already on the ground. I'll go from spine to legs and then pop back up that way. Alright. anybody remember doing this? I have to be careful because I have like a necklace that like sinks behind me. I can like dig into my back if I'm not careful. I did not do spine, I just sat up. Oh, God, what the fuck? I almost fell asleep. That felt so nice. I'm not gonna bore you with me holding that pose for 20 minutes, but I feel like I could. My version of pigeon. I've lost weight. Okay, so I was here. Come back here. I seem to run out of space every time.
offers on COVID, shingles, pneumonia, and more vaccines.
Damn. Get him with a vaccine commercial and everything. This side is so much, it's not as stable as the other side. It's like, it feels weird that it's not, if that makes sense. Okay, and then I went out. It's back I'm gonna move back up because I think I did as much legs as I want to do. Actually, I'm gonna stay down a little bit and do some more. I'm not gonna lie, those lifts made my butt hurt. I couldn't even get my leg over at the end. I don't know why I did those lifts. They felt kind of nice and then, oh my gosh, now I can still kind of feel it. Oh my goodness. Sorry about that. I hit the remote. Let's try to hop back in there. Still doesn't feel right. It still doesn't feel right. Okay, where was I? Oh, now my shoulders have like activated. Whatever I just did, like activated my left shoulder. My left shoulder is like, you're not stopping. Okay, wait. I don't know what that is. Alright. How are you feeling? Ugh. I feel like my lower half pretty stretched out. My legs feel alright. I didn't spend a lot of time on legs, but they feel like they got attention. I feel like my butt got an unexpected workout on the left cheek. Wasn't expecting that either. But now I feel like all that shoulder work I just did, like actually kind of made my shoulder, I'm gonna say hurt more, but it's like, you know, you have a mosquito bite and you scratch it and then now it's itchy. Before, like, it was only a little bit itchy, but you didn't, you know, you scratched it because you were like, oh, and then that just, you're like, oh no. That's how I feel with my back, my shoulder right now. So I'm gonna actually use my wheel. Again, I don't like to encourage buying things because I know, like, it's hard for people to buy stuff, or, you know, they don't have access to the things anyway, or maybe they don't have space for them. If they can get it, they're like, where am I supposed to put it though? For whatever reason you don't have a wheel, I always suggest using something similar in shape, size, or consistency. So if you don't have a wheel like this, for example, maybe you have something like a ball that's about this size, or something that is round and maybe thick enough that you can put your weight on it and it won't shift its shape too much. And that's really what you're looking for, is just like the curvature of something. So if you use like a pillow, for example, it's not going to be able to hold the like circular shape of the curvature of the wheel. You know, it's gonna like just mush basically and do whatever it wants. So it doesn't matter how many pillows you put down in that case. Pillows are a good substitute for other things, but not for, this needs like a lot of, like, you need to be really stable and firm for the best results. So again, if you don't have a wheel, see if there's something like that you can substitute. Yeah, I'm thinking, in my head I'm thinking like a ball, but maybe you have like even like a pot that doesn't have handles, you know, like cast iron or something that's like this tall, like this, like tall, and then even that you could lean on it. I know that sounds wild, but you could do it. Trust me, those things are strong. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead, and my plan here is, like I always try and tell people to do, is when you want to stretch something out, just hold it for a very long time. Don't try and like move around or like pulse through it right away, because your body is going to be tense in that area because it's been trying to protect you from like more pain. So it's like kind of tense. It's going to recognize that you're pressing on it, and it's just going to really hold. So it's going to feel like it's gone away, but it's just because everything got really like stable in that way. And then once it starts to relax, once your body's like, okay, we're safe now, that's when you will feel the actual, I want to say stretch, but whatever is the relief of the tension, whatever it might be in that area. And if you're holding it for a significant amount of time, let's say you've been holding it for like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and you don't notice that, it just feels the same, then most likely you don't need any more mobility in that area. And you need to be targeting something else. Because just because your back hurts like in your shoulder doesn't necessarily mean it's coming from your shoulder, if that makes sense. It's like they say, like a lot of spine issues are rooted in the feet. So like if you're not standing correctly, if your toes are like off center or something like that, it could set off other parts of your spine and just be like a trickle up effect. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna look for where I think it's coming from, just to have a point of reference. It's kind of like between my shoulder blades, but like a little lower. And also want to make sure your back is like aligned well. You don't want to be off center too much, because again, that's gonna put your body off center. For some reason, I feel it more on my right side than my left. So I'm gonna see just a little bit, because it's my left side that's bothering.
Stay away from scolding. It's the best you can. Is it alright? I know. I want you to restart.
Just like in my life.
The fate. That's our curse. I would have had to if I wasn't here. Would you have told me?
I'm meeting you next week. Yes, I would have told you. I'm warning off on what it takes. I'll get your number.
Gosh.
No, the number.
Come on, Romeo.
On that
Damn
bus,
commercials.
you need to be protected.
Short limbs.
I'm not sure what you're saying.
How nice for you.
What is that? Wow. You're telling me a new Amazon Plus bundle?
I'm obsessed with this.
For just $10.99 a month with ads. I'm just so surprised this is so low.
Don't be surprised.
Hold on, so you're saying that I get unscripted filler shows like The Kardashians and Vanderpump Villa on Hulu, and my action film Disney Plus with Andor and Daredevil Born Again for that price? Goodbye paying separately.
I am so done with her.
And hello to the Hulu and Disney Plus bundle.
Hello.
Now,
Maybe some snacks?
showtime.
Oh my gosh, that felt really nice. I'm gonna go a little bit lower. I can feel the knots in my back like moving down my back. So I'm just trying to like push them out. Okay, oh my goodness. You have no idea how good that feels right now. If you can invest in a wheel, I highly recommend it. If you've ever gotten a massage before, like a good one, then you probably know, like, if you have like a knot in your back, which is like a phantom pain, like it's not a bone, it's just like this random area of your back that's just like sore or tender. What they do is they kind of, it's called like beating it out, but they use pressure to dissipate the like pressure void. I don't know what to call it, a knot. And so it's basically like, you know, if you have like a bubble in your cell phone film that you're trying to like cover to make sure like whatever it's protected, and you get like a little bubble on the inside by accident, and you can like slowly push it out. That's kind of what the masseuse will do for a knot. And so if you have a wheel, even though it's not targeting one specific area, because you're using all of your body weight, you can, at least for me, you can find where that pressure point is and then hold it for a significant amount of time. It might take a couple minutes, it might take, you know, it's gonna probably take at least a minute, but once you feel you're not like kind of like really activate, like it's gonna be like, oh, you're pushing on me, you know, it's gonna start fighting back. Hold that a little bit longer and you'll feel it trying to move. And I know that sounds weird, but it's gonna try and either go up or go down. And it'll just like, it'll pick a side. Whatever side it picks, that's the side you need to apply pressure on to keep it moving down. So like if it hurts right here and then it starts to like move this way, then you want to keep going so that over time the knot will literally just push all the way through your back and it'll go away. Which is what just happened to me. Like, I think you remember when I just started this, I was like, oh my gosh, my shoulder hurts. And like now I can't even remember where it was. Right now, the only part on my back that is wanting my attention is like in this area right here. And before, I think it was like in my shoulder somewhere up here. So now this area right here wants me to do the wheel because I pushed the knot from up in my shoulder area where whatever was causing the issue with my shoulder. Because remember, like I said, it was probably something else out of alignment. But this allowed me to push the knot down lower. So it's not my shoulder, it was something else that pushed that down. And now that tension is built up in this lower half of my body, which means I need to get back on the wheel and essentially continue to do what I did until I can feel the knots completely been pushed out. It's not a painful process. It might sound like it's painful, but again, if you've gotten a massage, then you know it's not really a painful thing. It's just more of it's a sensation of something that was causing discomfort. It's like you're recognizing that there's something there that was causing discomfort, but it's not actually like currently trying to cause you discomfort, right? It's like trying to leave. Like it's like when somebody like wants to like fight you and they're like this versus to when they're like and they're like walking away. It's like, okay, you're leaving now. So that's how it feels in my head right now, and that's what I'm gonna do when I'm off of this stream. This was Body Things Thursday. What if it's not even Thursday? I'm gonna freaking Thursday. What day is it today? It is Thursday. Yeah, I am going to probably just hang out at home. Honestly, the weather is doing what the weather over here be doing, and I'm okay with that because I feel like I need to stay inside anyway. I feel like some weird energy there. I'm not gonna get into it. I don't know how it is, but I be knowing things.